My name is Lindsey Erin Larson-Meyer. I've always been a creative since I was little, loved art, dance, music, creative writing. I knew from a young age that I wanted to go to art school. So when I was 18 years old, graduated from high school, I attended the Laguna College of Art and Design in Laguna Beach, California, where I studied fine art, illustration, graphic design, sculpture, photography, and it was amazing. It was like a liberal arts school on the ocean. And then I furthered my education and received an art history degree at the University of Utah.
So my name is Shawn Chamberlain, and I am the designer and owner of Flower Bar Co. And I love florals so much. I feel like they are my language. Anything that I want to say, I feel like I can design something and say it with flowers, and that is how I put a piece of myself, a little bit of beauty out into the world. This is a total dream collaboration for me. When I was first introduced to Lindsey's work, I was instantly obsessed and reached out to her and just said, if by chance you ever wanted to collaborate. And I actually had been given a print of hers for my birthday that I felt really lucky to have, but super inspired by. And so when she reached out and said that, she was doing this art show, I felt so connected to her work.
I will always go back to nature. Nature, I think, is like the foundation, the purest muse there is. Just the beauty, florals, the big beautiful sky, the mountains, animals. I'm
always inspired by nature, colors in nature, the different seasons, landscapes. I love to travel. Music, I usually always have music blasting.
So I'm very much inspired by the Vanitas paintings of the 16th, 17th century, which kind of convey moralizing messages that are uplifting, but also sculpture. There's so many beautiful sculptures from that time period that I loved. So I've used many of Bernini's sculptures in my artwork. This piece here I've recently finished of the Winged Victory, which is in the Louvre. Everyone knows the Winged Victory. I took a spin on it and created flowers coming out of the top. I created it during the time of the pandemic. I wanted this sort of victorious bloom to sort of inspire people that we go through hard times, but if we keep pressing forward, that we overcome and we eventually can triumph over adversities.
I was instantly obsessed with it, and I felt really drawn and connected to her art and like the beauty of it. But not so much that, it really resonated me with her meaning behind her work about, divine nature and thoughts and intention and the creativity, and I felt like it represented women so well. And she was telling stories through her art, and so this for sure is a dream collaboration for me.
With my art pieces, they definitely try to convey the notion of positive thoughts, positive thinking, that we're the gardeners of our mind, body, and spirit, that we have potential to bloom and blossom and become like the best versions of ourselves. So this was really an amazing meant-to-be collaboration. Shawn reached out to me a while ago and received a print of mine as a gift, and we briefly discussed on Instagram of doing a collaboration. I've always dreamed and had a vision of doing florals in my work, interpretations, and just having that fusion and just for people to have that visual stimulation of real live florals with my pieces. So I gravitate towards oil paints. I use Chamberlain. I just love the fluidity of oils. I've worked in acrylics before, but I love being in a flow state with my art, and oils and just the quality works really well. I also use digital design and Photoshop to help me create some of my compositions. I also draw out ideas and compositional designs. So it's all a fusion to kind of create my best product, my best painting at the very end.
All of my designs here will be repurposed. It'll go to my nonprofit, Full Bloom, and everything will be taken apart, recut, and put into small bedside bouquets for hospice and nursing home patients in the area. And so I feel like that's really kind of a cool experience as well, because not only is it just bringing them joy, but I feel like it's giving them actually a piece of Lindsey as well and her work, just because they represent, these florals are specifically here to represent her design, and that they'll go to someone to uplift them, bring them joy, and hopefully a little light. So I actually have a landscape background and had a landscape company for many years up in North Idaho, and I would do design, install, and maintain. And kind of what led me into floral design was with my clients in the estates that I would take care of, I would always cut bouquets for the client and leave them for them as my team was leaving for the day. And it just kind of filtered over to, hey, will you do a wedding, and will you do this? And I just kind of found that, like I said, it was like my language. I found so much satisfaction in like designing. I felt like it was really, an artist in me was coming out. I don't go by many rules.
I love being able to dabble in different mediums to be able to create the composition and the art piece that I want for someone. I love the fusion of photography, design, and oil painting, especially with the Animal Totem series, because I can use it overlays in Photoshop. I love geeking out, and I'm a Photoshop wizard. Most people don't know that. I wanted to capture the essence of their spirit, which is why I love incorporating the landscapes into them, because they are part of the land, they're part of the earth. And we're all sort of connected into that notion. Visualize what you want in the future, visualize what you want to create, and then just come from a place of an intention. And when you come from a place of gratitude and intention that is not self-serving, but is serving others, I tell you what, things just open up for you. If you have a gift, get on the train and go. The thing is just to get into the studio. Just start and just keep going, and just to nourish your garden of whatever creative world that you have.